Hello everyone, photographer Andredesignz here with a new retouch video. Alright, so let's get right to it. Alright, so this image is a raw image. It was taken with the D750 and a Tamron 7200mm lens. I was using a one light setup and it was just directly above the model. The background is a cloth. I got it from the fabric store. It's a yellow cloth, as you can see. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is to come over to the action panel. These actions are going to be in the description for you to download, and to load them, you first, if you don't have action up, you can go to Windows, click on actions right here. This comes up. It will look like this, and to load your action, you're going to come right here and then go down to load action and then search for wherever you save your action, and it will appear here. If you want the action to look like a button, you come right here and click button mode. Good. Let's go right ahead and edit this image. Alright, so when you're applying the radius, you must bring it up to a point where you cannot see any texture on the model's skin. Alright, then okay. Alright, so on the low frequency layer, you're going to get your mixer brush. Ensure that this is selected and also this is cleared. You clear brush and ensure it's at 2% when you're making your, when you're using, well, the wet at 2%. Yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start working on the highlighted areas first. When you're using the mixer brush, you have to work on one area at a time. If you're working on the dark areas, you work on the dark areas. If you're working on the light areas, you work on the light areas. Sometimes you can go from the highlighted area to the dark area just to blend out a little bit, but not too much. Alright, so I didn't have a makeup artist on set. The model actually did her own makeup, and she's also a makeup artist. I'm gonna add her Instagram name and Instagram page for makeup in the description as well. Alright, so what I'm doing right now, I'm flattening the image, and also blending the skin. Alright. Alright, let me go in the highlighted area here. Right here. Let me undo that. Get my brush smaller. Come right here. Right. Don't think I can mix right here because we have a dark area right here, so I just need to maybe do the dark area. Alright, for some reason it's turning white. Not sure why. Alright, so I'm not gonna mix right there. So I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna mix. Oh, I see what's happening. We actually have color here for some reason. So you see what will happen if you have a color here. Alright, so I'm gonna mix it now. Just cleared it, so I'm gonna mix it. Good. So now it's working perfectly. I'm gonna come over here, the nose. Using the mixer brush, it helps to flatten the pimples on the skin, and it's easier to remove them when they're flattened. So this is why I always use the mixer brush first. So let's look at the before and after. So that's the before, that's the after. I think I could blend right here a little bit more. Right here. Get my brush a little bit bigger than what it is right now. Alright, I'm not sure why I'm not sure why the color keeps adding. I'm not sure what I did. Maybe I pressed a letter on the keyboard and something happened. Not sure what happened, but alright, let's do this. Go down to the model's neck. Hold on shift and then drag to remove the image. Alright. I'm actually using a pen It's called X Pen. I saw it on Amazon. I did a review on it, and the tablet is really good. I actually learned how to use this tablet in about 2 hours. No, I'm not using a mouse, just using the pen. It's much faster. Alright, so that looks good. Let's look at the before and after. Good. Alright, so the next thing now is to match the face with the shoulder area. Alright, because it's not the same color as you can see. But before I do that, I'm going to go to the high frequency layer, and then I'm going to select S on the keyboard for my stamp tool, and it's got the flows at 100%, the opacity is at 100%, and I'm going to clean up the skin. Let's get rid of all of these pimples. So first you have to sample the area by holding on Alt and then click somewhere that's clean. Alright. Don't think I have a lot of cleaning up to do. I'm moving pretty fast, but when you're doing your editing, you should take your time. I think I'm gonna get this a little bit bigger than what it is right now. Brush a little bit bigger. Alright. So all these pimples that you're seeing, it's good to get rid of them. It will make your image look really different, really good. I'm going to show you in the before and after what it looks like. So you have to do every single one of them. Alright, so over this side. And it's always good to zoom up the image when you're working on the pimples, when you're removing them. Because if you do not zoom up the image, you're going to miss a lot of them. Alright, do right here. I think that should be it. Let me look at the shoulders. So I don't think there's anything here for me to remove. I think that should be it for the cleaning up the face. Well, let's look at it. Much different. I think I want to blend out this section here a little bit more, so I'm going to get my mixer brush again and work on the low frequency layer. I'm just going to mix right here. So when you see a section of the skin that doesn't look even, it's good to mix it. Alright, see, it's happening again. Really not sure what's happening right here, but it keeps switching to color. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, I see what happened. So this wasn't, I see that this wasn't selected. So maybe that's the reason why it was happening. Alright, that should be good now. So I'm going to work on matching the skin. So this color correcting tone option, this is what I'm going to use. So let me show you a little trick. We're going to sample the skin. So get the brush. We're going to sample right here by holding on Alt and then click to sample the color. Let me zoom up the image a little bit more. There are two ways you can actually do it though, but I'm going to try this way first. I'm going to put my brush at 3% for the flow. And then I'm going to get it a little bit bigger than what it is right now. And then I'm going to go to color. Alright, and click back on this. And then I'm just going to paint. Alright, so looks close enough, but I think we have too much paint right there. Good thing about it is that we can go back for the eraser brush and just get rid of the sections that is too bright, but to lower this flow to about 10. Not sure if this looks any different. It doesn't, so we're not going to use this layer. I'm just going to delete it. Didn't have to, but let me just delete it. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to use colors instead. Alright, so let me just close that. We're going to go down to the adjustment layer, and I'm going to go to vibrancy. Then I'm going to bring up the vibrancy up a little bit. And if you notice, look at the face. It kind of matches what the skin was like before, right? Alright, so this is what we're going to do now. I'm going to put it like right here. And then I'm going to invert it. So Control I to invert it. And then we're going to get the brush. I'm going to put the brush at about 4 for the flow, and then I'm just gonna brush different sections of the image. As I said, I'm rushing right now because I don't want to have a long video as usual. So when you're doing this, you take your time. So if you look at the face right now, it looks richer. It looks close to what's down here. Alright. Let's look at the before and after now. So before, so the face looks white. After, so it looks a bit different, right? Alright, I'm gonna paint right here a little bit more. Let me change this and then get rid of some of this. We have too much color right here. That should be good. That should be good. Yeah, so the face looks better than what it was before. So before, after. So it matches the skin now, right? Good. And you could go further. You could just maybe get the brush, a new layer, and get the brush again and try to sample some areas of the skin again and try to brush it. Get this at 1%. Brush. Maybe some areas you could still brush in a little bit. Before, after, before, after. Yeah, so it still helps, but it's good not to add a lot of painting on the layer. You know, that's the reason why I'm at 1%. Alright, good. What we're going to do now, because the image is flat, we're going to shape the image. So we're going to do dodge and burn right now. So dodge and burn. I'm going to get my brush flow is at 1%. I'm just going to work with that. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with the I'm gonna work with the lighted area first. I'm gonna work with the dodge layer. Get my brush a little bit smaller, and I'm just gonna paint the lighted areas. Alright, let's do this. Okay, I looked at it before, after. So anywhere that looks highlighted, that's where I'm going to dodge. Dodge right here. The collarbone right here. And the arm. Good. Under the neck, I think I need to do that as well. Alright. Let's look at the before and after. Before, after. Now I'm going to work on the dark areas now. So I'm going to go into the burn layer. And don't need to add a lot. If the area is already dark, sometimes you don't need to add any more burn to it, because it may not look realistic if you do that. Alright, let's look at the before and after now. So you can see the difference. So dodge and burn really helps. Let me go back to my burn, to my dodge, and do right here, right here. Good. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to work on the eyes. So get back my, not sure where my action panel went, but let me come here, go to actions. Then I'm going to go to clean, teeth, and eyes. Control Shift bracket, put it at the top. I'm going to change the flow to about 33%. Get my brush a little bit smaller, zoom up the image some more, and I'm going to paint alright, that should be good. Come over this eye. Alright, let me zoom out a little bit. That looks good. I think I can bring down the opacity a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Before and after. I'm gonna do, well, I'm gonna try to work on the same layer for the teeth. Alright. Looks okay. Let me come out a little bit more. And before and after. That looks good. I think the teeth looks a bit white. Whiter than normal. So I'm just going to change my foreground to black and just get rid of some of the that's too much. Let me put this to about 6%. Right, so this looks good before and after. Alright, good. Alright, so I'm going to brighten the eyes a little bit. So I'm going to show you a trick. I'm going to a new layer, and I'm going to get my marquee tool here, circle one. I'm going to make a selection over the eye. Do another one. Oh, I think I need to use this one. The one that has the minus. Good. Then I'm going to change my foreground to white, and then I'm going to hold down on Alt and then backspace to fill it. Control D to deselect. Then I'm going to go to soft light. I'm going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I'm going to put this at about 8. No, the radius should be a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 8. Alright, I'm gonna make 2 of them. So it's Control J to duplicate it. Go on my move tool, bring it over. And then I'm gonna get my eraser tool. And then I'm going to get it smaller. And I'm just going to delete the top section. Not sure what happened just now, but okay. Alright, so I'm just going to delete sections. I think my brush needs to be soft and smaller. I'm going to move it up a little bit more. And then I'm going to lower the opacity to about right there. So that looks good. Look at the before, after. I'm gonna go up to the top one and then go back to the eraser tool. Get it a little bit bigger using the bracket on the keyboard. This should be on the opposite side of the light though, so always remember that. Gonna lower the opacity. Alright, good. So let's look at the before and after and put it in a group. Good. Gonna name this as. So we have a little wrinkle here in the background. We need to get rid of that. We can do that by using the mixer brush as well. So go back down to the layer down here, get the mixer brush. We're going to put this at about 70, and then we're going to mix the area here to get rid of the wrinkle. So you see that? See how effective this mixer brush is? Right now it's loading, because I was just moving a bit fast, so it's loading now. Alright, good. So let's look at the before and after. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, the overall image, I'm going to color the overall image by going down to the adjustment layer and then go to color balance. I always use color balance to color my images. And then go down to shadows, and then I'm going to put this about number 5%. And then 1% for that, and then look at the before and after. So that's basically it for the color balancing. The next thing I'm going to do right now is to go to contrast, add a little contrast to it. So go down to the adjustment layer and then go to brightness and contrast. Put this at about 5. Let me see what the before looks like. 5 should be good. Alright. And then I'm going to go to sharpening. It's doing its thing. I believe that in this sharpening action there was a smart, I think I apply a smart object to the image or to the action. So it's going to take a little time to load. Alright, good. So what you're going to do now, this is, let me open this a little bit more. So we add a smart object to it because I want you to double click on this option right here. Well, no, you're not going to double click on that. If you double click on that, this is what's going to happen. So we don't want that. We close this. You're just going to double click on the smart layer right here. Alright, so what you're going to do now is to sharpen the image a little bit. So we're going to click on the adjustment, well, this is the mask, and then we're going to get the brush. My brush is at 50, the flow is at 50. I'm going to put it about 15. And then I'm going to get the brush bigger. Foreground should be white. And I'm just going to sharpen the eyes a little bit, the lips, maybe the cheek a little bit, just a little bit, here, right here. The eyebrows, I'm gonna sharpen them as well. That looks good. I'm gonna sharpen the models here a little bit. Alright, let's look at the before and after. Not much, but it's still effective. Alright, good. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do one more thing. Alright, I'm gonna add some clarity to the models here. So I'm gonna do Control Shift Alt E. And then I'm gonna go Control Shift A to go to the camera raw. And then I'm gonna go to clarity, bring up the clarity a little bit. Then press OK. Then I'm going to mask it. So Control and go down to the mask. Not Control, Alt and then go down to the mask. My brush is going to be at, well, 15%, and then I'm just gonna brush. I'm just gonna brush in the clarity in the models here. Let me see, before and after, before and after. So it brings up the highlight, the hair looks rich. So that's basically what the clarity does. Alright, so this is the finished image. There's basically nothing else for me to do with this image. So if you learned anything from this video, please like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, notification bell, so when I upload new videos you'll get notifications. And now I'm going to save this for the web and also for Instagram. So I'm going to go to File, Export, Save for Web. I normally save for the width. I normally save it at 1200. It's loading right now. Alright, save. I'm going to save it to my desktop. Good. Alright, let's look at the final image now. Ta-da! So that's the final image. Before we go though, I just noticed something. When I was actually using the mixer brush to blend out the background, look what happened. So we got to fix this. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back down to the frequency separation layer, and then I'm going to get my eraser tool, and then I'm going to delete the error. So now it looks better. Thanks for watching.